The Autopilot APC8200 CO₂ controller and monitor with memory precisely monitors and controls CO₂ levels in your grow room, greatly improving the ability to dial in your growing environment. The unit is equipped with a detachable 16-foot CO₂ sensor, which provides easy placement close to plant canopy height. An optional 15-foot extension cable, APC8210, is available if the sensor needs to be placed up to 30 feet away from the controller. The digital screen displays current CO₂ ppm levels, the selected CO₂ set point, the selected CO₂ zone value, also known as the CO₂ deadband, a high and low ppm level per each zoom level time span, and a zoom chart which displays previous CO₂ concentrations per the selected zoom level. The zoom chart can display up to 17 previously recorded CO₂ amounts per zoom level time span. The zoom level time spans available are 1 minute, 1 hour, 24 hours, and 7 days. The APC8200 memory chart display feature makes reciting previously recorded CO₂ levels over different lengths of time incredibly simple. Improve CO₂ levels and minimize CO₂ waste by efficiently monitoring and controlling CO₂ concentration in your growing area. Package contents: CO₂ controller unit, CO₂ sensor with photocell, 15-foot data cable, user manual, screws. When first unboxing, plug the piggyback power cord into the power outlet. If successfully connected, 3 things will happen while booting up. First, the alarm will beep once. Second, the chart display will show the current software version and warm up. Third, the main display will show a countdown from 10. After a few minutes of warm-up, the unit will begin to record and display CO₂ levels. The remote CO₂ sensor is equipped with a photocell which signals the controller to deactivate the connected CO₂ device during the night cycle. When the sensor detects light and the CO₂ level is low, the APC8200 will activate its CO₂ outlet, turning on the connected regulator or generator. The device has 3 built-in main parameters: ambient carbon dioxide reading, set sensor value, and set zone value. The ambient carbon dioxide reading represents the current CO₂ concentration displayed in parts per million. Set center value represents the programmable CO₂ set point. And lastly, set zone value represents the programmable CO₂ deadband. This reflects the amount of ppm drift allowed above or below the set center setting before the unit activates the controlled CO₂ device. For example, if you entered a zone setting of 200 ppm, the unit will power on the connected CO₂ device when the CO₂ level is 100 ppm below set center and will power off when the CO₂ level is 100 ppm above set center. In other words, if you want a plus or minus 100 ppm deadband, you should enter 200 ppm here. That means the unit will allow a 100 ppm swing above or below your set center CO₂ setting. The digital screen display boasts a CO₂ chart that allows a visual display of current and previously recorded CO₂ concentrations. It is indicated as item 1 in this diagram. Minimum and maximum logged CO₂ ppm readings are indicated as items 2 and 3 respectively. The optional audible alarm feature and its on or off state is indicated as item 4. Indicated as item 8 in the diagram is the zoom level of time, which specifies the chart's time span of recording. Indicated as item 9 is the target zone indicator, which identifies low, target, and high CO₂ concentrations. The zoom chart located at the top of the screen displays CO₂ levels recorded over different spans of time. These time span sets are called zoom levels. They allow the user to continuously monitor and recite CO₂ levels over the optional time spans of 1 minute, 1 hour, and 1 day, up to 7 days. For example, when the 1-day zoom level is selected, the zoom chart will display CO₂ levels recorded at 2-hour intervals. Each zoom level records at a different interval of time. Note the time per division for each available zoom level. The APC8200 is continuously recording CO₂ concentrations at every zoom level. Select and view different zoom levels on the memory chart by using the unit's up and down arrows. The controller also displays a high and low ppm level for every available zoom level. For example, when monitoring the 1-hour zoom level, the high and low ppm reflects the highest and lowest ppm level recorded over the past hour. The main menu functions can be toggled through by pressing the menu button. If the main menu is not selected, the menu will remain off, leaving the up and down buttons to toggle through the optional zoom levels. Pressing Menu once will bring up the menu at the bottom of the screen. To select the function, press Enter when the preferred selection is flashing. Choose from the following menu options. Set Center. This is a custom CO₂ ppm setting. Set Zone. This is for setting the deadband. Home. This is the setting for general horticultural use. Recalibrate CO₂ sensor. This is for recalibrating the sensor. Note that the APC8200 comes pre-calibrated from the factory, so calibration is not necessary in the beginning. Advanced setting. This toggles between three functions when selected: audible alarm on and off, altitude setting, and restore factory setting. To activate the audible alarm function, select Alarm On. If your location requires an adjustment for high altitude, this setting can be changed in the Altitude Settings menu. The Restore Factory setting will reset the device to factory settings and erase all previously recorded data in the chart. To use Restore mode, hold Enter for 3 seconds until an audible beep is heard. Note that if 1 minute elapses where nothing is pressed, the main menu will shut off and the device will revert to the normal state of operation. Improve CO₂ levels, minimize CO₂ waste, and increase plant yields by efficiently monitoring and controlling CO₂ levels in your growing area. Autopilot. Precise climate control, brought to you by Hydrofarm. To learn more, visit autopilotcontrollers.com.